We are going to go to Old Russia. Right, so we're going to go to Old Russia. Uh, but okay, so don't understand for 1 minute why it's doing what it's doing and why there is such a hefty right.
I'm calling snipers in proximity to the patrol beacons. Stay alert.
Let me just change something. I just need to get this working, guys. I'm sorry about this. You know, it's says 2 people are watching this. Okay, so let's just must be utterly boring for you if you're actually watching this and watching me just play around with settings. As normal. So just for everyone's knowledge and attention, I'm actually watching myself on my phone with my earpiece in, so I can't actually hear any of the bad guys whatsoever. So if I pause for a moment, I'm just going to watch my stream for lip sync, sound quality issues, etc, etc. And then I've just looked at myself on the sound quality and realised I can't work out if the lip sync's off by any amount of time. It doesn't look like it, but hey, what do I know? I actually think the lip sync's off by a couple of seconds, in all honesty. It's really hard to try and see your lips move while you're doing this to see where the audio is in regards to the video. But I can confirm that it's off by just about a second. So let's go back here. Let's go to settings, advanced, audio. Let's type in 2 and click apply. At least the one good thing is now it's not repeating over and over. Because before it was a little bit ridiculous on... That's bad. That's bad. I'm watching myself on the phone trying to get my audio all synced up and it just looks weird. So, how now, brown cow? If this is in sync, you will see my lips move when the words come out. Okay. Okay, so we're still a little bit off. Audio. Let's put that up to 100. Yep, so that still works, which is cool. So we will now go, how now, brown cow? It seems my lips are now in sync. Almost. I think they're almost there, but I'm not quite sure, so I'm just going to talk for a second or two. Oh, that seems better. That seems better. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will just add on settings, audio, and put that up to 120 milliseconds. So it's really weird. So going through the YouTube gaming app means that there's lag and it doesn't work and the sound doesn't seem to work. But going through the YouTube native app and finding myself and playing it seems to work just fine. So you know, all I'm just trying to do is just lip sync up and get, because there's analog audio coming in now from my controller rather than the digital that comes in from HDMI. So we're just trying to balance everything up and watch it on the phone. So it seems to be that the stream lip sync now is pretty good. No, I think the 20 seconds has thrown it off, in all honesty. So let's click on that. Let's go to the, I think if we change that down to 100. Well, it's not 20 seconds, it's 20 milliseconds. So I think that the 100 milliseconds delay now between the voice actually, what you see on the screen to what you actually hear is good now. I'm just checking. Yep. Seems pretty good to me. So let's shrink that, get that out of the way, get rid of that. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of that, get rid of that, take this out. So now we're looking good. So if only YouTube, guys at YouTube, you've got millions of dollars. You guys have got some of the most advanced technology on the planet, and now that you're part of, Google is now part of this wonderful multi-mega million dollar such and such. Right. Create an external chat app for YouTube gaming, so I don't have to go through the rigmarole of having the web-based application open as well as my streaming software to talk to people, because it's stupid. Just build a dedicated chat application for YouTube gaming that we can download, or use it as an IRC channel that I can plug into Chatty, and away we go. You know, there's loads of options out there for us to use, and it's ridiculous that we have to load into a website to talk to our viewers. It's not YouTube. This is YouTube gaming. It should be different. I understand everything's new, but we don't need it. Right. So let's back out of here. Right, so I think we've got rid of all the echo that was once on the line. We know that there we go. We know that our chat application works, which is pretty cool. We have got some of this, and we've got some of that needs doing. What time is it? It's 11:53, so we're going to stop in about an hour's time. I have no idea. It's just purple all the time. Go and speak to the. No, because she's going to give me the Queen's missions, isn't she? The Old Hunger, it's fine. Taken, Never Ending Battle. Vanguard, Heroic. Oh! I've done it. I've done it. I pressed the wrong button. Typical. Typical, I pressed the wrong button. But you see, what I don't understand about some of this, from the audio perspective, as video, audio. Push to talk delay. Oh, okay, yeah. Go to there. Yep, there we go. That's why the desktop audio was default, and because that was unmuted, it was picking everything up. Right, okay, well that answers that. Right, good. She's going to give me the Fallen Wolves missions. I don't want to do them.
We can still use your help. Good luck.
Oh, no, I'll take that one. What's Varix the Loyal got for me then? Is a real question.
Many fights out. Still more to do.
Yes. This is that stupid taking assault on her.
I've learned much about our new guardians. You can't. Is that all?
Is that all? Turns out to be worse than the one I've actually got. So we don't want that. Right. So, let's go to orbit. Let's go to orbit and... what shall we do? Shall we switch out and do the dailies with the Warlock? Yes. Let's change character, and we'll probably wait, and this afternoon we'll jump on and we'll try and do the other bits and bobs. But yeah, I'm just really, you know, I actually don't mind streaming on YouTube gaming, but it's just so annoying that you have to have the chat running through an active open window in web. It's just, I don't understand why we can't have it automatically connecting. So if I was to go down here and click on this, I don't know if it will, how it works. I'm just loading something else, guys. I just want to check something, which it won't work, which is brilliant. There you go, technology for you. Right, let's go. Have we got any quests? Just the one. Solar kills. Destination. Tower. Right, let's get rid of that. Main settings. Whisper help. Okay. Oh. Okay, so that's definitely glitched out a little bit. Right, let's cancel that. Let's cancel that. Let's close that down. Yeah, this is just something that happens every once in a while, guys. The stream just, I think it's because the device is off USB power, which is even better. Right, we're going to go to the tower. We're going to the tower. That's where we're going. Do you know what I want to do as well? I want to go to this and right click on this and go properties. And go out a little bit and then go configure and go out a little bit and click zoom out. Ah no, zoom in. Too big. Too big. Oh, that's me running out of green screen right there. Okay. Save that. That's my default camera position now. It's not being moved. Right, that's it. Done. Right. Finally. Looks as though that got a little bit more space now compared to what we did have before. Right. I've got a green hue around me, which is always fun and funky. Let's go and see what delights the tower has for bounty people today. What's this? Mars. Yeah, 5 kills within 3 seconds 5 times using a heavy weapon. I'll do 10 Vex Mars, 100, defeat 50 taken. Oh. So it looks as though we're definitely going to get this character up to 37. Possibly 37 and a half before we get to 1 o'clock, because then we're going to stop, have a bit of lunch, probably have a couple of hours out, and then probably jump back on this afternoon. I might need to receive a phone call at some point. If that happens, don't worry, it's all completely normal. I'll just pause. Hold on a minute, what have we got to do? Solar ability kills now. So Mars, that can be Mars. Vex Mages or Ultras. That's Venus, probably be better. That can be Mars. That can be Mars. And we'll have that one on, so. What did I select? Patrol Mars, easy. 30 precision kills with primary. 5 kills within 3 seconds using a heavy weapon. Which is 5 kills within 3 seconds. Probably going to be a bit more difficult. Oh no, that doesn't have to be there. Defeat 50 taken. Primary kills and Mars. Okay, that's where we're going. We're going to go to Mars. We're going to go and kill 50 taken, 50 taken, and patrol Mars and get the primary kills. The heavy weapon kills we'll sort on the moon. Anyway, we'll sort that out on the moon.
Last Guardians through here left markers behind. Major Cabal troop movements in the last 24 hours.
I think I'd had some major troop movements if I'd just seen that Mars's moon had just been completely overrun and taken down in a few hours. Taken, chap. This is pretty cool. I do like the taken when they just drop him randomly. We must almost have this done now. Look at this. Primary precision kills. This is it's ridiculous. 23, 24, 25. Let's get to 26. Where's 26 hiding? There he is. 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh. Maybe I had one more than I thought. Right, so let's have a look. We have got quests. What's this? Taken, defeated. We got 24 done in that round, which is pretty cool. We can run in with my little pistol. Nom 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 nom. Pistol kill. Pistol kills. I love my little hand cannon as well. My little pistol is just such a wicked bit of kit. I mean, when you get the right level ones, I'd love a 305 one of them. Just to see how good it would be up close, rattling the shots off. Yeah, because these are really high speed. I love the sidearms. Up close. Xbox launch. Xbox launch. Honestly, should have just double tap the button. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. I was playing around on my PS4 the other night, and took a bit of time into the King's Fall raid, and ended up getting most of the, well, not most, but I got 3 of the exotic weapon, not exotic weapons, the legendary weapons. So I got the sniper rifle, and the fusion rifle, and the hand cannon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Best one out of those probably be the sniper, mate.
Yeah, the snipers. I mean, it's a 300 arc, and it was just wicked. It just drops them like a bag of nothing.
Yeah. Ricky.
Yo.
Yo, right again.
Hold on.
My God, my cat's driving me nuts. What do you want?
So what's the plan for today, gentlemen?
Well, I'm about to do
Who's this?
daily.
Where's my introduction?
I knew he was going to say that. Rick, this is Prophet.
Yeah, it's Mike. Just,
Yeah.
but for all intents and purposes, for who we are when we're in a mission, just call me Prophet, because then I usually respond better to Prophet than Mike.
Is this someone that you've met then online?
Yeah, me and Dan was doing a Nightfall. I think.
Yeah, it was a Nightfall or a Heroic or something like that.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it was a Nightfall, and you was doing the same, but you was not in our fire team. You was like separate. You spawned in the same time.
Yeah, I think it was just on the matchmaking,
Okay.
and then we just kind of got talking from there.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm cool with that.
So I'm just trying to kill. I've just got 24 taking to kill, which should drop in Mars about any second, and then I'm pretty much. Well, my other bounties are a bit too easy, so they don't have to be done straight away. I'll just need to switch characters because I'm on my my low-level warlock that I've not been paying any attention to at all. So what have you guys been up
I
to?
literally got them all to 290, ran through the raid. Well, I've been out most of the morning, just been doing my car.
I've literally done nothing this morning. Just been waiting for someone to come on. Just been watching all the football highlights.
Yeah, what? Brendan Rodgers getting his P45.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gone, hasn't
I don't think they could have done it any quicker if they'd tried.
he? Don't worry about it. Who do you support?
I'm a
then?
Liverpool fan, so I'm used to feeling the pain this season.
United fan.
You're having a good run. You're having a good run at the minute.
Well, Arsenal, yeah, fucking fantastic. Did you watch the United Arsenal?
No, I didn't.
You didn't. Do you know what the score was?
No.
They fucking beat us 3-0.
Really?
Honest to God. Yeah. Within 7 minutes it was 2-0, and then within 19 it was 3.
Oh my God! Is that because of Sanchez?
We got fucking.
Is that because of Sanchez?
Sanchez scored 2. Yeah, he scored 2 and Ozil scored 1.
Do you know what I saw?
We got
I saw
fucking
the
hammered.
highlights on the news this morning, and I was thinking, I didn't know Arsenal were playing you guys. In all honesty, so
Yeah. Yeah, they fucking ripped us apart. And then we were trying to get off it, and there was just nothing being created. It was fucking awful.
mate, I don't think it.
But
And
still better than.
well,
Chelsea.
yeah, anything's better than Chelsea at the moment. My mate's a diehard Chelsea fan. He supported him his whole life, and even he was like, "Get rid of Mourinho." And it was like, "But you were one of the ones that wanted him back."
You know what? If I were a Chelsea fan, I wouldn't want to see Mourinho go because he has got it. He is a good manager. I think he's just there's something in the dressing room, and he needs to sort it out. Like I watched the highlights a minute ago. I didn't watch the game, but Ivanovic and Fabregas, like the players that they were meant to be marking, that got past them, they just gave up. They didn't even attempt to make it back and try and make a tackle. They just see you later then.
I just think it's either something that's in the management or it's something that's going on in the boardroom that's just stopping him doing what he wants. But
Wait, can't be management, can
You
it? Do you know what I mean?
you don't know.
He's done it loads of times.
You don't know. It may be, I mean, maybe it's at board level.
Fucking-
Is what I'm saying. Is maybe it's kind of like it's out of his hands. Oh, don't want to be here for this.
I wouldn't get rid of Mourinho though, if I were a Chelsea fan. I think he is the right one for him.
To tell you the truth, I think half of them don't really care nowadays, do they? They're just they're so used to managers coming and going.
It's the same problem that Liverpool are going to have now. Is like Chelsea have been fucking ages because they were just surfing between managers. And do you know, Liverpool, I read Carragher said, and he's right in saying it, that do you know what I mean? There was doubts whether Rodgers was going to be there back in the summer. Like they should have, if they were going to do this, they should have done it then for Liverpool, because now they're fucking. You just don't change your manager halfway through a season. Well, not even halfway through.
It just writes the season off for us now. Because now it's just, the manager's got the best excuse in the world when he comes in. Team's broken, got to fix it. We're going to have to do a bit of spending, blah, blah, blah. And the normal kind of routine bollocks happens, doesn't it? And then that's where it's at.
Considering how much he spent, I didn't even know, but he was on 300 million spent.
Yeah, it was more. Well, you got to think Suarez was 75 million, and then Sturridge was not Sturridge. Sterling was 50 million, so there's 125 million there, and he blew it all.
I don't know. I haven't seen. I haven't really seen. What's it called? I watched the Everton match the other day, but I don't mean by choice. Don't usually try and chuck Liverpool on, but Firmino. Now he was quite an expensive buy. I'd never heard of him, and I don't know if he's any good.
The problem we've got at the moment is instead of where you've got the likes of United and Chelsea and Arsenal and all that lot, like for me, Sanchez was the steal of the season for Arsenal because he was a striker, but he was a top flight striker at Barcelona, and they just got rid of him because they couldn't have. Sanchez wasn't going to get the play time. Now if it's going to be the case that Messi's out and he might be out long term, they can always pull. There's always a likelihood that they could pull Sanchez back next season. you know, they could literally just call him back up, 'cause it's Barcelona's way. But Liverpool's problem has been we're constantly getting rid of players of international quality. You know, we're getting rid of the Suarez's, and then we're replacing them with 5 or 6 average players, rather than just.
Well, to be fair, when you sold fucking Sturridge, you brought in Ricky Lambert and who else did you bring in?
Lallana, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a fucking joke.
Exactly.
That was literally it. Got rid of Suarez, brought in Lambert to be back up to Sturridge.
It just and I think that's the decisions that's killed him off, and that's where he spent most money, because he's just been pouring money into buying loads and loads of these average players instead of just buying one decent one. You know, Suarez proved you buy one good player who's got a decent foot on him, and that's it. You can almost win a Premiership on it. Buy 2, and you're pretty much guaranteed a Premiership. The problem.
You'd be lucky to keep hold of Coutinho for.
No, he's let's get it right. If Jurgen Klopp's going to come in, he's just going to wipe the team out. He'll just come in and chop. You know, he'll want to build his own team, which means he'll want to get rid of everything. He might convince Coutinho for a season, but the biggest problem we've got is the back four. We haven't got stability in the back four, so when we get a lead,
oh my god,
we're throwing it away.
Lovren, man. I didn't even fucking rate him beforehand, but I mean he did a good job at Southampton. Don't get me wrong, but it's fucking hell, he's shit.
Exactly, and right there is one of the problems. There's no way that we can go about having, you know, trying to build a world-class strike force when you're not going to have anyone in defence. You know, you bang one in and then you let 2 in.
That's us though, isn't it? That was us last season.
Exactly. You've been through the pain.
And now we're sort of starting to get. I mean, other than Arsenal game, we're starting to get a bit more stability in the back, and that's mainly down to Smalling and Darmian that are playing fucking shit up. But we're creative. If we're just reliant on Matt as really our creative player. If you saw the Arsenal game, fuck me, half the team, they were just shit.
I saw.
I
think I saw the opening goal from. Oh Christ, I forgot his name now.
That would have been Sanchez, the opener.
I saw the opening.
He did a little flick right upside.
Yeah. It was like wow.
Yeah. I can't doubt it, mate. They come out fucking shit out.
Arsenal, yeah.
You know, I mean, I was more worried about Wolfsburg in the Champions League than Arsenal.
The thing is, when you have a game like that,
fucking end up beating Wolfsburg.
Yeah, it's when you have a game like an Arsenal one. It starts making you have, you know, you can see that you can beat Wolfsburg, but then all of a sudden you think something like that crops up, and you're like, is this going to cause more problems when you start getting? You know, I always think with Champions League or Europa League, once you kind of get into that last 8 or you're anywhere in top flight, you've got to start worrying if someone like Arsenal can come in and just smash it. I mean, for Liverpool, Europa, we're not going to get anywhere. You know, I think if we end up in the top 7 this season, I think, you know, whoever's going to take over from Rodgers would have done well.
What's cool? I can't see it being anybody but City, to be honest. I mean, yeah, we're having a good run, but we're still fragile.
Mate, when you've got the likes of Aguero banging 5 in 20 minutes, it
was fucking shitty Newcastle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're cack as well.
But it was just that concept of he's getting a bit of stride in his boots. He
was half fit. He didn't even fit either.
Exactly. You just get that confidence up in someone like that, and that's it. You're done. It's they just get a certain swagger on that they're not going to get rid of for the rest of the season.
That's it. Once you get a rhythm, that's it. You fuck. Bastards. I wish he'd fuck off to Barcelona.
Mate, there's more chance at the moment people going to Real Madrid. I'll tell you what, old Benitez over at Real's doing an amazing job at the minute.
Yeah. Pain in the fucking ass.
And you think Benitez was kind of like, everyone was like, what's he going to do now? You know, there's no chance he'll fill in Mourinho's shoes at and he's done an absolute sterling job.
Did they draw the other night? Or last night?
I think Barcelona did.
Did they beat Atletico?
Oh, it was the no. I think it's is it tonight?
I thought they played against.
I read it was the local derby. I've not been keeping up on it because my
Yeah, it would have been, wouldn't it? It would have been the local derby being Atletico.
Yeah.
I presume it would have been the Madrid derby. I don't know who won.
I don't because my missus is a Barcelona fan, a die-hard one. So she's any mention of Real in this house, and you might as well have just had a piss in the font at church. I'll tell you. God, I've just got. Didn't I pick that up? What's it doing?
What?
I had to kill some Vex mages, and the bloody Fallen have just turned up and ruined the afternoon.
What?
Right, that made that a bit easier. 3 left.
Actually, I think it was 1-1. Vieto, I'm watching it now, but I'm pretty sure it said something about he clinched a late. Yeah, he did. Just come up then.
It wouldn't.
I'm here token on my
It wouldn't surprise me if you got a draw. In all honesty, because Atletico is playing really well at the minute as well.
Yeah, it was draw 1-1.
He probably did. He probably did that on purpose, so just to keep because Barcelona's lost their past 3 games, haven't they?
They've lost,
Yeah,
haven't they?
they've lost the past 3.
I didn't even know that.
All that money and all the package that they've got, and they've been losing to silly people. I think Sevilla was 3-1.
But
Rick, do you want to help me do this? Well, it was a quest step. That bounty for a 30-second kill of level 3.
yeah, I hope. How are we going to do it in 30 seconds? What's your plan?
What have you got? What have you got to kill?
I think it's 30 seconds. Let's check.
You know, Court of Oryx, the tier
2 minutes,
3, you have
within
to
2
kill it
minutes,
in.
sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you have to kill it within 2 minutes.
Yep.
I say 30 seconds.
The old one was 30 seconds, wasn't it?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, Netflix is so shit.
What's that, mate?
Netflix is cack.
It's a bit shit at the moment.
I've not had Netflix in fucking probably about 8 months.
Yeah.
Maybe longer actually. And I've come back on, and I've either seen everything or nothing's fucking
Yeah.
new.
Yeah. You got any stolen rooms, Rick?
Got one.
I've got one. That'll do. There's one charge already on it, so.
Mine's already charged.
Yeah, I've got to charge my stolen up.
There's nothing. All the series on here look shit. Well, I mean, the ones that look good I've watched, like Breaking Bad, Dexter.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen that Scream?
The Scream Queens.
I'm not really.
Is that the one you're on about?
The fuck?
No, just you know, like Scream, like Wes Craven's Scream. There's a series of
Is
it.
there?
Yeah, don't ask me. I don't normally watch the series of films like they did Friday the 13th, didn't they?
Yeah,
as well?
no,
I don't normally touch them to watch them, but I don't know. I just thought if someone's seen them.
to tell you the truth, I've just been sticking with Fear the Walking Dead, and something else. I can't.
Oh, Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's.
I thought about that. Yeah, I watch quite a lot of them. I mean, I watch. What do I watch? I watch Game of Thrones when it's on. Walking Dead. Supernatural. The originals. Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, I've watched all that. The Vampire Diaries I kind of got bored of on about I think it was about the third or fourth season.
They've chopped a lot of the cast out now as well. I can't remember her fucking name. Nina Dobrev, isn't it? The one that plays Elena. She's gone now. She's finished with the series. She's gone to go do something else. The one that played the wolf, Tyler, he's gone. So I don't know how they're going to spin it. It'll be quite interesting when the new season starts to see what happens. But yeah, it has gone dull. That's why I preferred watching the original to it. Which did you watch the original?
I didn't know. Oh, the original.
You know,
I think my mate mentioned I should get into watching that because he said the first season was brilliant, and then the second season they swapped.
Yeah,
did they swap the lead two characters out? Am I getting mixed up?
No, you know the original vampires that attack
Yeah.
in it, the English guy.
Oh.
About them basically, and Rebecca.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of, where are they again? I can remember, but it's really good. Yeah, I'd probably say it's.
I'll have to.
Better than the Vampire.
I'll have to get back into watching. So to tell you the truth, at the moment, between kind of Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead's coming back in a week's time, I've tried to stay away from watching too much to get the story convoluted.
Is it a week? Is it a week now for the?
Yeah, episode series 6 starts on the 11th of October. So the airing, I think the airing for the UK is the day after. I don't think they've got it live.
Nah, just go on the internet and grab it.
Yeah, it's exactly what I did.
I can't wait, mate. I can't wait for it when the new episode.
Mate,
I'm looking forward to Game of Thrones though.
I haven't. I want to get into it. But my missus doesn't like it, so I'd end up having to watch it on my own. And to tell you the truth, I don't get that much free time to watch stuff on my own unless I stay up and never sleep. So we kind of balanced out on The Walking Dead because she absolutely loves that. Have you been watching Fear the Walking Dead?
Is it good? No, I haven't. I heard it was coming out, but I just thought it'd be like.
No, it's brilliant. I actually think it's going to work out where Fear the Walking Dead will be a better series to watch.
I have to. Walking Dead, it is good, but they haven't first series yet.
I think it's one of those things. I think
Season.
the problem with The Walking Dead is that there's only so much you can do with people surviving and then meeting other people and then surviving, meeting those people, and then. Do you know what I mean? All it ever seems to be is them either surviving on their own or kind of meeting someone.
They're cheeky, though, the way they do it. I always find that they make the first episode in the season good, and the last.
And then the middle.
Just to get
and then the middle's all about building you up.
Yeah, like for example, the prison. Oh yeah, we're gonna go and attack. No, we won't attack. Oh, and then like the last season, it was just like the fucking tank pulled up, and Herschel got his head chopped off. You know, everything just kicked off all at once.
And they,
all in one.
And then when they went to that new, because in series 5, when they've gone to that place, and it was kind of like Rick was looking like he was losing his mind, and then in the end it was like, boom, yeah, this is my place now. Everyone.
That was the shittest fucking death going.
Yeah.
That was bullshit. I thought that was crap. Like, she's like sort of. She went, can't remember off the top of my head. She went off by herself, didn't she? She was in labour with.
Yeah, no,
with, a little girl, and then didn't the others go and get something or something, and they left her there, and then that fucking fat zombie.
Yeah, they left the door open, didn't they? She ran away because the place got attacked, and then the doors got opened, and she ran off. And then she ran into that back room and went and hid away. And then all of a sudden, a boy was there, and she got bit on the leg, didn't she?
Yeah.
And then she gave birth, and then she turned around to the boy and was like, "Shoot me, don't let me turn." And it was like, what the fuck? Did you see the end of series 5 though?
What? No. What? Hold on a minute. I didn't see that.
Yeah, she. No, no,
Not
no.
how-
She
how
gave.
it- That's not how it.
No,
panned
no,
out,
because
right?
the nurse had to do a cesarean on her, didn't she? And she didn't have the right tools, and she gave birth to the baby.
American real life. Real life.
Matt, I'm completely confused because I remember Carl having to shoot somebody, but at the same time I remember Rick going in there and he was like going nuts about the fucking fat zombie because he just he cut it open to see what was inside, didn't he?
Yeah, no. Are you on about Laurie's wife when she died, or are you on about the one at the end of season 5 when that bloke gets munched on by the fat zombie?
No, Laurie, like as in Rick Smith.
Yeah, so when Rick's wife
Yeah.
died, she was giving birth, wasn't she? And they had to do the boy had to do the
I remember
cesarean.
that, yeah, because they were just in like a sort of like shitty basement.
Yeah, and he had to do.
Where Rick found the phone, if I think.
Yeah,
was,
and then he had to do the.
where he was going a bit nuts.
He had to do the cesarean, the boy, and then she died because he couldn't stitch her back up.
Yeah, that's right. No, her body was in there.
Yeah.
Or some shit, I think, and that's when the zombie ate her because Rick went in there and it was just this fucking zombie conked out on the floor like fucking big stomach.
And he shot her, and he pulled some of the
it,
bits
oh my
out of it. It's just like it was ridiculous. The
Yeah.
For me, the death at the end of series 5, the husband was just ridiculous. That was the bit that made me laugh because all through season 5 when
What was that one?
the very end of season 5, because it was the woman that runs the camp at the end of season 5, and Rick was like losing his mind and going mental, and he was turning into this guy.
Oh yes.
And
yes,
the husband stands up and he's like,
it was-
"You can't take over this place. We can't kill him, but he can't live here." And then that zombie turns up and bites him on the neck, and then Rick turns up and he's like, "Boom!" Shoots the bloke, shoots the zombie, and he's like, "This is my town now." And then the black guy turns up, and
Yeah.
it's like, "Whoa!" Shit. Then it went off.
They made one mistake in that changed the whole series and made it worse. I reckon, in my belief, and that's when they killed Shane.
Yeah, because
They needed a character like that to continue because he was nasty, like a nasty guy that couldn't. It was complications between him and Rick because obviously he's his mate.
but I think what
obviously
you'll find is
he was just
that's
a
what
twat.
Rick's going to turn into. Because I think you'll find out that probably over this series is that Rick's going to turn into the mentalist and Daryl's going to be the sensible one. Because there's got to be some split in the camp soon. Because not everyone's going to agree with Rick on what he's doing. And I think Daryl's the one that would be perfect. They can't afford to lose Daryl because Daryl's too much of a main character. But Rick is... Everyone likes Daryl.
I'll tell you what, Beth was a surprise.
Yeah.
I know she doesn't do much, but I did that to happen when they were doing
Yeah,
it.
it was a bit of a cheap kill though, wasn't it? It was kind of like most of them kind of
Yeah, like she pulled.
all the others have kind of gone out in this kind of heroic stance, and Beth was just like bump. It's like, what'd you shoot her for? It's just a complete knob
And
end.
Daryl just popped her back.
But it's really.
I'll have to watch that Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah, Fear's got really good. I mean, the first episode is like the pilot one, so you've just got to understand it's kind of like a bit just breaking in. They're just getting used to the characters. But by the time it gets to episode 4, it takes a proper sinister twist. It's like a proper head fuck, and you're like, whoa, the shit is going down.
I liked the woman that played Laurie in Prison Break, which is why I thought it was a bit shit that they just killed her off like that. They're just getting rid of too many. I thought, what's his name? Was he?
Yeah.
Dog? I think that was what he was called, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was fucking.
he went
stupid.
out as well. What was the other one? There was that kid that got killed under. So the one that was in the prison, the kid, and then they went into that basement with that swollen water zombie, and that shelf fell on him, and then one just bit his leg, and it was like, what? It was like, so this guy's been out on loads of runs.
I can't remember that.
It was
that?
when they were in the prison, they used to go out and do like scavenging runs, and then they found this like old supermarket where there was the helicopter on top, or something crashed on top and the roof collapsed in, and there was a young kid that was with them that was like, everyone loved him, and he was like the new guy that was helping the team out. And they'd had him in for like 6 episodes, and you're like, this guy's actually quite cool. And then he went to this supermarket, and he stepped 1 foot through the door, said about 3 words, a shelf fell on him, then a zombie bit his leg off. And it was like, how cheap? How cheap? What did you do to piss someone off to get killed that quick? He's probably like, yeah, I'm a main character now. I'll do contract negotiations. I want 100 grand. I want 100 grand an episode. And they were like, you're dead.
I just like, they've got characters in The Walking Dead, but it's struggling now because like when it started, everybody was a main character, and now it just feels like Rick. It just solely is around Rick now.
Yeah, it's turning into the Rick and Daryl show.
They need to expand it more and get some stronger characters in. 'Cause at the minute, like the characters that they've got around them are like quite weak. Like Carol, like although a main character, she's not really someone that you're going to be watching. Like
Yeah, you can. Carol's that little sinister element in the back that does all the dirty work no one else wants to do, and she's the type that you can just. Yeah, you can pull her out when the stuff's about to go down. You can always rely. You can pull a bit of a Carol story out, and it sends a twist into things. But you're right. There's not enough. There's no Merle.
Yeah.
You know, I thought Merle was a great character.
Yeah, Mo as well. Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's what I mean. Like, there's no sort of bad character. In my mind, he was sort of like Shane. I mean, he caused a problem within the camp, but at the same time had his good ways, and that's the character that I believe they're missing.
Yeah.
Because everybody's just out for the good now, and there's no badness in the camp as such. I mean, Rick's losing his mind now, but I mean, it's not.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see is that Rick will probably end up becoming like that kind of not bad element, but he'll be kind of like he'll turn into the psychopath, and everyone's going to go like, we don't agree with him.
As long as Carl don't kill him and become the main character.
Yeah, no.
I fucking hate that little twat.
He's in. There's the character that you'll like then in Fear the Walking Dead. There's this kid in it, and he looks the spit of like a young Johnny Depp. But he's one of the main characters, but he's a heroin addict, and his character is brilliant. He's one of the best characters that I've seen in a program for a long time, and it is. You'll think his character is brilliant. I mean, he's just such a fun guy to have in a program like that.
What am I doing?
But when you first watch it, you'll kind of look at him and go, I don't see what you mean. But after you've watched like 3 episodes, you'll go, I get it now. I get it. It's just so funny. But he's a spit of Johnny Depp, and it's just how he gets into trouble and some of the things he says, and it's kind of like he's one of those characters that doesn't give a shit. Really, it's kind of like the apocalypse is coming.
Matt, do you want to get a different one, Matt? This is going to take the piss. I'll have to watch it. Did you watch Breaking Bad?
I didn't know. I kind of missed the whole Breaking Bad thing.
I'm going to say because they chucked out that Better Call Saul, but I never even looked at it because I just thought it was meant. I heard it was meant to be good, but I don't know. Just I couldn't imagine it without the main guys in it, and with it being set back before it. I just thought that Fear the Walking Dead was going to be the same.
No, so Fear the Walking Dead's in this. It's set at the time the breakout happened, so it's not like where Rick is all about trying to keep going. It's more along the lines of, well, everything's fine and it's starting to go to shit. Where is he? There he is, and yay! Finally. Let's get out of here. Yeah, so I started watching it and I was thinking it's never going to be as good as The Walking Dead, and then all of a sudden it was kind of like, watch the first episode and it was like, oh, this is quite interesting. I mean, it's not The Walking Dead, so they don't expect loads of zombies. And then episode 2 was kind of like, this is getting a bit better. And then in episode 3 they introduced a major character, like a proper kind of very good lead character and a Hollywood actor as well. And it was like, whoa, this is, you know, they're pulling the guns out now. And then
I wonder if the plan is to like sort of merge them at some point, like maybe they're introducing these characters because they're going to have a story.
No, they've categorically said they're not.
No,
They've categorically said they're not doing it. They're not merging them. This is two separate stories. So the Walking Dead story's going off one way, and Fear the Walking Dead is how it's all gone from normality to the point it turns to shit. They've even stated that at the last season of the Fear the Walking Dead, they might just kill everyone off, and they reckon that the way that they're trying to pitch it, I think, is that the end of the Fear the Walking Dead is the bit when Rick wakes up. So that's how the transition of the programs are. So that's how they segregate the timelines. Is kind of like the characters here are all dead, and Rick wakes up, and then the Walking Dead happens. So if you're ever going to watch it, you watch kind of Fear the Walking Dead first. You get to the end of the series, then you could start the Walking Dead with it. Yeah.
Prequel.
But it's really going down the more. It's not really about the zombies. It's more about kind of the humanity aspect of kind of like how, you know, where Rick's got to deal with the zombies and then meeting bad people. This is kind of, you're meeting good people like policemen, but then you start finding out, well, actually, they're not that good. And it starts turning into, it's slowly turning into every man for himself. But it's a really good, slow burning. It's not concentrating on the zombies. The zombies are there in the kind of little snapshots of where the zombies are, and you're kind of like, whoa, didn't expect that to happen. And then all of a sudden it'll just have one episode where it's kind of like the whole focus is zombies. And you're like, whoa, that's brilliant. I didn't expect that. And then it'll change again.
Yeah.
And it's not kind of like the Walking Dead-esque. You know, people still have running water, electricity. There's still traffic. You know, it's exploring that kind of how does humanity fall to bits, and what's the catalyst? How does it start? How does it go on? You know, what makes everyone suddenly turn from normal people to bad people and such and such. And it's a good little look into the human psyche.
I got you.
But it's a good watch as well. It's not one of those where it's all just a load of babbling bollocks. It is a proper good, like the bits when the zombies do turn up. Instead of it being The Walking Dead, when everyone's like, "Oh, there's a walker, we've got to put it down." Or there's 10 of them. Oh my god, what are we going to do? It's kind of, it's kind of like there's someone walking down the street and they're looking at him and going, "What's up with this guy? He looks drunk," because they've never seen one. So it's kind of like, you know, people are going up to him and saying, "Are you all right, mate? You all right?" And then all of a sudden it'll bite him, and he's like, "What the hell's he biting me for?" And you're like, "Mate, you're screwed."
Yeah.
And his mate's like, "Let's take you to the hospital." And then when they go to the hospital, there's like 2 or 3 people coming in. Like, this guy bit me in this alleyway. I don't know what's up. And because it's like the virus is fresh, the time for them turning into zombies takes longer. So there's more and more people filtering into the hospital saying they've been bit, or they don't feel well, or they've got this cold and there's this killer flu going around. Then all of a sudden you realise, holy shit, it's the virus. And all these people in hospital that are ill are suddenly at some point going to turn, and it's just mental when you actually get the picture painted, and it's like, whoa, this is some serious. Whoever's thought about this had to put a lot of thought into it. Right, but I'm not doing that yet. That's him done.
Right.
Just leveled up my Eris Morn.
Nice.
That was great.
Yeah, when we were doing the a couple of mates of mine on the PS4, when we did the King's Fall raid, we started it from scratch the other night, and we pretty much got through to Golgoroth in what, about an hour and a bit. It was, you know, when you start running a raid and it's just everyone's in the zone and everyone's doing exactly what they need to do. And I'll tell you what, some of the mechanics of that game though, wow. Some of the bosses and some of the strategies you need and some of the communications levels, it just takes... It's a level above what you're used to. Completely a level above.
Yeah.
Like, the War Priest just was... I mean, that was something I didn't expect at all. When we started doing the War Priest, I was like, "Whoa, I don't. What the hell's going on?" Because when the guy started, so the lad that took us, like one of our fire team who was taking it through, Jobber, he was trying to explain to me.
Oh, Matt, sorry, mate, I wasn't playing.
He was trying to explain to me
didn't realise you
and
were
take me
dying.
through all kind of the mechanics of the War Priest, and it was just like,
Right.
I didn't get it. But once you started playing it, it was like, wow, this is pretty good. This was pretty cool.
Yeah, Fridge. But, yeah. My bad, mate, I don't know if we're going to do it this time.
That should be alright, but
Shoot with the black spindle, try and get some shots in.
just got to deal with that throw, that's all. There we go.
Yep.
And then
And then
power
Mr.
in with
Knight.
the heavy machine gun.
Oh, mate, I've got a knight beside us. It's fucking knight, not 3 kills me.
He's dead. Just got to
Shield
take out
tracker.
this acolyte here, mate,
Okay.
before the shield drops.
I'm almost dead, mate. I'm behind you, though.
Right.
There you go. I'm gone. I'm just going to respawn, fuck it. Because by the time you get me out,
Oh, I dropped. Fuck's sake.
I got you. Got 18 seconds to get him.
What are you guys doing? You still doing the Court of Oryx?
Yeah.
Come on. Almost dead, mate.
Oh, mate, I think we missed it by seconds.
Oh, no, I got it, I got it.
You got it. Oh,
I got it.
Yeah. Sounds like you two are having fun.
Yeah,
didn't
boy.
expect to get it then. Fucking hell. Not bad, not bad.
758 rep for Crota's Bane. Boom.
Have you managed to do the
Not all the way. We've kind of got it to. We got to the priests or the daughters of Oryx, and we had the mechanics down. It was just that we ran out of time. So we've pretty much we can run it from start to finish in about 2 hours to get to Oryx, and then most of our fire teams, 3 of us. I mean, there's about what 15 of us, and 6 of us have done it. So it's just a case of we're just pulling the rest of us through, because it was one of the first people in our fire team that did it. He went off because he's like a semi-pro gamer, so he went off with another clan. They did it, and then he came back and he was like, right, we'll do this with this, and you jump in with us, then you jump in with us, you jump in. And then it got to a point, once we had about 3 of us that knew the mechanics, then they came back to our clan and then started taking us through bit by bit. But to tell you the truth, I didn't find it. I mean, when I was about a 270 light, I found it proper difficult, because basically you just anyone touched you, you were dead. But then once you kind of got to 280, 290, or 285, definitely, I didn't think it was that much of a problem. I didn't think it was as hard as some of the previous ones, in all honesty. Get rid of that. But then again, it has had a lot of focus on it. You know, it's not like when Crota started and then Crota's hard mode dropped a week later. You know, there was only about 8 teams that were actually going for it to do it the first time. You know, when King's Fall dropped, because we had that week in between, there was initially on the first night, there was 4 professional teams going to try and do it. And then a week later, I think there was something like 34 teams a day were going in to try and do the raid. So, you know, there was almost 4 times as many as what there was Crota, and way more than there was Volta Glass. So, you know...
Did you see the statistic that they brought out the other day?
Well, there's only about 20% people actually completed it, isn't there? Or is it less than that?
Yeah, I saw it, 35.
Yeah, because that's higher than VOG, though. Strangely enough. VOG, there was only 12... was it? No, there was 18% of all the database when VOG was released actually completed it.
I suppose it's because as time goes on, you know what to expect. Somewhat.
I think half the problem. I think
Alright. When Volgas come up,
yeah, and I think as well the problem with VOG as well was they didn't have the infrastructure in place for people to join clans and other bits and bobs. You know, like nowadays you've got what's it, LFG. You can go to LFG. You can go here. You can go there. Most people now are rocking at least 1 or 2 characters at 290. So you know the chances of you dropping in the raid now with a full packed out team is really high. Where you think back in the Vault of Glass days, probably there was only a couple of hundred, maybe a couple of thousand people that had probably done it all the way through and then maxed out the raid gear, so to make it capable running. I mean, you remember when Crota hard mode dropped? You know, how many times did you get through? How many times did you get through to where you had to kill Yurt, and you couldn't get any further because the boomers had you and all that. And then after you've got a couple of people that rank the gear up, all of a sudden you had the Word of Crota, the Hunger of Crota, Galahorns maxed out. Suddenly you were finding doing Crota's hard mode, sometimes I found, was easier than sometimes doing it on normal. And I think that was only because more people couldn't be bothered doing the normal mode, so they would just jump straight. You know, the people that were trying to max out the raid gear would just jump straight into hard mode, not collect any chests because they just want the gear to drop at the end. Or the normal mode was just, we're going to do it in 20 minutes, and we're not bothered. When, you know, those first timers would go in with these hardcore boys and be like, "Well, what's going on? What's the mechanics?" And they're just like, "Just follow us. We'll do it." Did you see the video online of the guy that did Crota hard mode with a legendary sword? He did the whole thing in one sword bearer sword.
Oh, what you mean? Yeah. We did that.
Yeah, he did the whole thing in 38 seconds for Crota on hard. So he just walked up, chopped down the sword bearer, grabbed the sword, and then just had a legendary solar sword equipped and just hacked him up. And it was like, that's impressive.
Oh, sorry,
yeah. So he used the sword bearer. So he used his own sword. So if you do one uppercut with a legendary sword against Crota, it drops his whole shield and drops into his knees in one go. So the guy literally walked up to Crota, uppercuts him with his legendary sword, then picks up the sword bearer's sword, hits him, taps him to go invisible, gets his own legendary sword out, whack, uppercut, picks the blade sword bearer's sword up, whack, 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 and then does it one more time and he kills him. 38 seconds start to finish on one sword bearer's sword.
What the fuck?
It is.
Okay, we didn't use like our own sword or anything, but yeah, we did one sword of the sword bearers.
Yeah, the legendary sword, if you just go in and do the uppercut, it drops all of Crota's shield and puts him on his knees in one hit. so this guy's, I mean, he was a proper guy, he was like from Newcastle or something, and he just sits down and he's just like, I just wanted to have a crack and see if I could do this, but this is the end video. And he literally runs up to the sword bearer, legendary sword, whack, sword bearer is down, grabs the sword, runs round to the right hand side, Crota comes close, he basically goes invisible with his he goes invisible, or he jumps up with his jumps up with the sword bearer's sword, drops it, opens as his legendary sword, whacks him, Crota goes down, picks the sword up, whacks him, Crota stands up, hits him with the legendary sword, goes down, sword bearer's sword, whack whack, and it's done. And he's literally like, that's fucking unbelievable. He's like, on hard with one weapon and one sword bearer's sword, done. And it was definitely under a minute. And the guy was just like, how many months did we spend trying to get that sorted? And he said, and you can solo it now with a legendary sword. So you can imagine this guy was just going mental on it. He was just jumping up and down, and you could hear him shouting. He was screaming. He was like, "Fuck off, Crota!" it was just enough to make you piss yourself.
Right, what's the game plan now, Matt?
Well, do you want to do some Crucible?
I haven't done the daily yet.
You haven't done daily?
Daily Crucible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do that.
well, I'm probably going to have to jump out because I've got to go and look after my little boy for a bit. But let me just, Rick, I'm just going to send you a friend invite so that I can.
Hold on.
Have you seen the new dashboard at all? Have you seen any videos for it? You've got it.
I've got it.
He's got it.
What do you reckon then?
It's good, man. It's good. It's a lot more smoother.
A lot of the reports I've been reading have been saying that there's a
None of that clunky party.
yeah. So some people have said that there's some of the normal menus are now buried within kind of sub menus somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's to be expected. I mean, let's get it right. Have they changed any of the settings options? So, like being able to
I haven't actually looked.
because one of the things I found the other day was, you know, when I was discussing with you when I was trying to set up the stream and I was trying to get the chat working.
Yeah.
One of the things I found on PS4 was that they can now output chat through HDMI whilst you've got a headset plugged in.
Yeah.
And I thought, surely that'd be something, considering that they're going to be aiming Halo 5 a lot at the pro scene and pro streamers. That would be the first thing that they'd want to do. So you don't have to have a cacophony of wires from your Xbox One being plugged in. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if it... See if you can have a look in the new dashboard. Not now. I mean, obviously not now. But have a look and see if they give you the option now to output to HDMI up through chat.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Because if they have, that'd be cool. It would
Yeah,
save
but-
me having what is about 1.5 miles worth of wires hanging off the bottom of my controller at the moment. But I went,
See, I couldn't find how to reply to a message on one of my videos. Like when you just upload a video when you record
Yeah.
it. Like I recorded 2 exotic drops. And then my mate said, "Oh, yeah, I think it was Escapist. It was an achievement." He said, "Oh, is it any good?" I was looking for the reply button. And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I just texted him instead.
yeah, I think that's what a couple of people have been complaining about. Is not that it's the dashboard's bad. It's just that some of the easy function bits are buried, and they're not easily viewable. But at the end of the day, that's the point of it being a preview beta. You know, it's the point of it being a beta build. Get it out, get people using it. What they don't like, you can modify. What they do like, you can just enhance.
Yeah. Oh, I had a big yawn then. Bloody hell.
Right. Yeah, all good. I presume you
All
just
good.
added.
Yep, all done. Right, I'm probably going to dive off for about an hour and a half then. Just while I just go and sort little one out and say hello to him because he hasn't seen me this morning. Well, he has seen me this morning because he's been awake since 1:38 this morning. And he hasn't slept, and he must be at the point now where he's either about to pass out or he's going to keep going now till 7 o'clock tonight. So I had to,
And be
yeah, I had
really
to call the cavalry in. So I had to phone my mum up and I was like, please, just look after him. I've been awake now I've had 3 hours sleep in 2 days.
Where are you from, Prophet?
I'm originally from Merseyside, so I used to live in St Helens. But I live in Oxford now. Or Oxfordshire.
Oxford. Okay.
Ah.
How old's your little lad?
He is 16 months old. Or 17 months. I always get, yeah.
16.
So he's only small. But he's... my mum usually comes around and looks after him during the day because we're at work. But because he's been awake all night, I usually work from home most days. But it's just been a case of today I've just kind of like I've binned it off. I've just been late to work. No, can't today. Thank you. Goodbye. Just not today, thanks. Maybe tomorrow. Contact me in the morning. Right, boys. Well, I'm gonna jump off. I'll be off for about an hour and a half. If you're still on, I'll jump back in, and then
I'm always on.
to tell you the truth, Rick, so am I. If it's not on this, it's on PS4. My mate turned around to me the other day and he said, my mate works in game, and he turned around to me and he said, you're always in here buying games. He said, but every time I log on, you're on Destiny. And I was like, I know. It's like crack cocaine.
That sounds like me. I'm not even kidding you. I've got Metal Gear solid. The, both of them in it. Was it Ground Zero and the other one?
Yeah, Ground Zeroes and Phantom.
Phantom's Ground Zero.
But they've been sat there. I've still got all the Assassin's Creeds that have come out on XB1 from like past, is it 2 years now? I think. Which one? I bought the Buccaneer edition for the first one. I can't remember which one.
Is it Black Flag?
And I bought the Notre Dame edition.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Yeah, both of them. There's the other one. Is Notre Dame's
Notre Dame's Unity and the Buccaneers Black Flag, because I've done exactly the same thing as you've done.
Okay. And I've not touched them. They're just sealed still. I made sure everything was inside the boxes, but I mean everything within is all sealed.
Mate, I went a few months ago. I was ecstatic that Gears of War Ultimate Edition had been was getting released, and I was so chuffed I was going to get to see Marcus in 60 frames a second, or 1080p 60 frames. I was like, this is cool. I went to the shop, got Gears of War, went into game, got Gears of War, came home, put the disc in the drive, updated the game, and then put Destiny on. Because one of my other mates pinged me and he's like, mate, you've got to get on now and do this daily. And I was like, oh, okay, no worries, put it in. The disc hasn't left the drive, but I've never played the game.
I bought Master Chief as well. That one ain't really been played. I played a couple of missions. That's just there. FIFA 16. I've played, I think, 4 games of Pro Clubs and left it at that.
Me too. I did FIFA 16. I played 2 games, no more. Master Chief Collection. I was there on the day of release. I was there on the night release. I played about 4 Crucible matches and played halfway through Halo 1, and it hasn't been on since. And literally yesterday, this is the level of addiction as well. I went to game yesterday and bought a Master Chief controller because I mean, Halo is my favourite game.
I've got that. I've got it as well. I've bought the Halo edition console, so I got the console controller coming with it, and I saw that they had a Master Chief one as well. So I bought
Me
that
too.
one.
So
I spent, I think.
I've got the console. No, I've got the console. I've got the console
well?
coming as well.
Oh,
mate, I went out one day.
Go
on.
I bought the Advanced Warfare one, but I didn't like Advanced Warfare, so like it's over my partner's. So I got 2 Xboxes. I got my one here, and then my partner lives like a few miles up the road. So I got I had an Advanced Warfare up there one, but it's not really been touched. So I just thought, chuck that one away, basically, get it sold ASAP, and just buy the Halo 5 one. So I've got all that shit coming with it.
Mate, the house we used to live in, so we moved about 6 months ago. And when we moved into the house we're in now, there was a room become available for a man cave. But the problem is that because when I went and bought my first Xbox, I bought it was one of the green packs that came with Ghosts and it had a Kinect in it. But the missus now and the family have got used to using the Kinect because they use it for like when they're all doing little and they can say, go to YouTube, put this on, blah, blah, blah. So when we moved in, I was like, well, I can't take that out the living room because they all like the internet browsing and the YouTube and stuff. So I thought, well, I'll get myself another Xbox. So I bought the Halo. I went on Amazon one day and they were selling the Master Chief Collection Xbox Ones for 230 quid. So, well, I'll have one of them. Yeah. And then I thought, well, while I'm there, I'll pick myself up a Titanfall controller because I love Titanfall. So I was like, great. So I got my Titanfall controller. Then Advanced Warfare controller came out, and I was like, well, I quite like that as well. So my daughter can have the Titanfall controller, and I'll have the Advanced Warfare one. Then I started using it, and I was like, I'm not quite happy with this. So I bought myself a Scuff because I'd being a bit older. I'm nearly 40 now, so my daughter classes me as almost dead. I thought, well, I'll get some. I quite like the back paddle, so I don't have to take my fingers off most of the buttons. And it doesn't really add as much advantage as what people say. It just makes it easier to kind of control stuff. And I bought myself one of them, and then the Halo 5 edition of the Xbox was announced, so I bought that. And it was like I went in the other day and I was like, I love the Master Chief controller. But to just show you the level of Halo addiction, I went out one day because I was fed up of having wireless headsets, and I went out and bought some Turtle Beach XP7s. I mean, this was 12 months ago. And bought these XP7s, wired them all in, absolutely loving them, and then saw that Astro released the Halo limited edition Astro A50s. Yeah. So I bought some of them as well.
Yeah.
So now I've literally got a Master Chief setup, which is just for playing Halo on, which is my Halo headset and my Halo controller. And then I've got my Scuff and my XP7s for every time I just do normal games. Like with Destiny, I don't dare use the Halo controller because it just feels like blasphemy. It's just, I'll tell you, I've got a problem. I've got a problem. My missus.
Have they got them on sale now then already, or are they just to pre-order?
What's that?
The Master Chief one.
What, the controllers? Yeah, you can go in game and buy them now.
Well, I ordered mine through online, and I think it's coming as released on game release day.
Did you buy the console pack that came with it added on? Right, I did the same thing. So it's not the consoles coming. It'll be delivered to you on the 20th. Because the copy of yeah, so you're going to get it's like a bundle pack that they've done. So you're going to get the Master Chief controller separate, but they're only shipping the pack on the 20th. Yeah. So the first thing you'll have to do.
It's all like one.
Yeah, it's just one shipment because it's one order, so they'll ship everything together. I mean, I just went in and bought this one because I have a bit of a fetish that if I like something, like anything Halo, I usually buy two and keep one boxed and put it away. But that's just me because I'm a bit of a collector and I'm a bit of a nut like that. But the one thing that you need to do when you get your console on the 20th, plug it in, get it updated, and then start downloading it because the game's not disc based. It's all download. It's a download code. And
really, I actually wanted it to be because I game share with my cousin and he's only 15 and he's never really been a Halo fan, but I wanted him to try it, and obviously he was reluctant to get it, and like I say, obviously being 15, he ain't got much of an income. I went almost half. So I paid just a bit more for Destiny and Taken King and what other game? Black Ops 3. So I bought him like FIFA 16, but because I'm already getting Halo anyway, he's already told me he didn't like it from all the previous ones, but.
No.
I was hoping it was going to be code-wise and digital for him to at least have a
try. So the code is digital, but the download file's 75 gig. So it's going to be
just as well I did buy that fucking 5.
Yeah, it's a massive download file, and you can get a disc-based copy of it. Because a lot of people have been kicking off that, you're buying the Legendary Edition or you're buying the Ultimate Edition and you're not getting a disc, it feels a bit ripped off. Yeah. So you can contact Microsoft and you basically send them an email to this specific email address, and they send a letter. They basically send you a disc-based copy, and you send the digital code back and you get a disc version. But they're pushing it for digital download only. So for me, I think it's great. I don't mind having a disc if there's one available, but I prefer digital because then I can download it to both consoles. I don't have to carry discs with me, but it's a massive file. It's a massive file.
Yeah, I'll go. I'd make sure I do that.
But I was reading where was I reading on Eurogamer? Eurogamer got a gold disc version from Microsoft to do some technical tests on. And they, when if you've ever read a Eurogamer review or watched the videos, they always do this when a game promises a 60 FPS output. They always do a test on that screen that tests the frames per second. So, like, when Metal Gear 5 came out, they did the test between Xbox One and PS4, and they actually came back and said, well, the PS4 looks, the PS4 is true 1080p, and the Xbox One isn't. The problem with the 1080p on the PS4 is that some places it drops its frame rate down to 20 frames a second because it can't cope with the demand that comes off. Yeah. With the Xbox One, because it's only running 900p, it very rarely drops below. I think they said the lowest it drops is 38 frames a second. So they were like, the trade-off is you don't get as high a def on the Xbox One, but you get a faster frame rate. So they did the test with Halo 5. And they ran 2 missions and 2 Crucible maps, and one of the Crucible maps was Warzone, and it didn't drop below 60 frames a second, not once. It didn't even blip, and one of the maps was 24 versus 24. Oh, no. They said they've basically built the engine that it changes on the fly the graphical output. So they said as it starts getting messy and there's loads of things on site, rather than you lose the smooth frame rate, they turn the graphics down in the background. So like some of the grass and all that lot might lose a bit of focus, but it keeps the frame rate up. They said it's an incredible engine that Microsoft's built.
Yeah.
That instead of it losing frames per second and you keep the graphic intensity, they've flicked it around, so it's purely aimed at esports. They said that the experience as a player is incredible. They said it's smooth, and it never stops being smooth for the whole engine. And they said probably as a normal player, you'll never notice the graphical differences as it changes the graphic output. But they said from an experience level, they said it is incredible. They said it's never been done on any console or any platform at any time. That the frame rate doesn't drop at all under any level of load. Have a read of the review. It's like this like test on the beta things they've got on Eurogamer. It is brilliant, and they've said the game is exceptional. They said Halo 4. The whole of Halo 4 is about an eighth of Halo 5.
What about Destiny?
Destiny only runs at 30 frames a second, doesn't it?
No, I mean, what about Destiny when Halo's out?
Well, there's the conundrum. I don't know. All I'm probably going to have to do is wonder how they've got on with cloning with Dolly the sheep, because I could probably do with two of me about now. But have a look. They reckon that the size of the game is astonishing.
Yeah.
They've said that no matter how big you think it is, it's bigger.
Fucking hell, you have to use a pretty fucking shit capacity disk then for that one.
Well, I think the way they've done it is it's a 50 gig disk file, and then you download the extra 25. So
right,
the idea is it has all the core engine, and then you do the update.
Was it the I can't remember what fucking game it was. Oh, I think it was just something shitty actually. I think it was like Nintendo, a Nintendo game, Super Bash Bros or some shit. I think they were using like the dual layer, weren't they? I just didn't know whether they had like some new fucking special edition.
Yeah, no, they've the stand for. So my mate works at Microsoft, and he's over in Reading, and they've got the Xbox division on site, and they're basically making a commitment to say that they don't want any disc-based games. They don't want disc. While disc-based games are going to be around, it's a byproduct of what they're trying to do. They want basically everyone to buy digital, because it's a way. Obviously, it's a way for them to make a bit more money because they're not having to do the mass production of discs.
Yeah, but I'd say it's a money saver.
But it means that once Xbox becomes more profitable, and profitable in comparison to kind of like where PS4 is, it then becomes its own engine within Microsoft. So it gets its own budgets and signed off. So it means they can do more.
Yeah, got you.
Because it's just like while PS4, it sounds really sad to say, I'm not one of these that's a fanboy of either console. I think both of them have got pros and cons, and when you're playing games.
I only just bought a PS4. I bought the Destiny one.
Oh, very nice, very nice. I'm glad.
But I haven't. I can't. The thing is, I can't do more than 3 characters. That just fucking.
I've got 6.
Oh god.
And trust me, it's taken a while.
So what's your gameplay time on the Xbox One then?
My gameplay time on Xbox is about a week and a half, because I didn't really when I started playing Destiny, I was concentrating. The idea was I was going to do a character on Xbox and a character on PS4, and basically rank them up at the same time. And then if I did secondary characters, do that kind of process. But when
so what's your total accumulated when you go into like compare games? What's your total hours played for Destiny?
I think it's across both platforms is about 5 weeks.
Have a look now, right? Click on my name.
1 second. Hold on, I need to double tap that. Going to the. Let me have a look at your profile. Right, let's have a look.
Got me killed then, babe.
Right, let's have a look. Let's have a look at this one. Time played. Hold on, yours says 0. Well, what's that working out at? Why is that coming up?
That's because my privacy's off. Stuff's
Right.
set to private, so you can't view
Why?
it
What have you
because
done?
I've got 2,500 hours.
That's not too bad. I think you've got more hours than me on Xbox. On my Xbox,
What's it called?
my Xbox character, I haven't done.
There's,
Let's have a look. I think I've only done about 291 hours or something on my Xbox. My 291.
Have you just come across to?
No, I actually bought it on the day of release. But what happened was when I bought it, I started doing both characters on both different platforms. So I started with a Titan on the Xbox and a Hunter on the PS4. But then a mate of mine, well, actually my best mate, bought Destiny on the. He bought a PS4 for Destiny, and then what happened was we started playing more on the PS4. And then when we started getting towards the end of year 1, and about a month before, I was doing my Xbox, but I was just taking my time with it. It was kind of like it felt a bit bad going from my PS4, which had kind of everything. I had every exotic, everything, going back to my Xbox One, where I had like a hand cannon. I was like, well, I'll just plod on and see how I got on. And then within a month, I pretty much added 2 extra characters, got those guys leveled up. I got one to level 34. Or one to level 32 and one to level 18 in about 2 weeks, and started putting more time in. And then I joined a clan just before year 2 dropped, and then suddenly my Xbox play's just gone boom. I mean, those 291 hours, I've done most of those in about 4 weeks. Before it was about 50 hours. So kind of what?
No, I've got a lot more than other people. There's like a couple of people in particular that would be like, "Oh my god, look at all these gameplay hours!" And then when you hear that over and over again, I was just like, "Right, where's this privacy?"
Well, I've got
because although mine's really high, and it seems like a shitty fucking thing to say, but I'm a twat, and basically I don't know when to come off the game at night time, so I fall asleep. And Destiny's the only game that when you've got energy saving on your Xbox, when you're mid strike or whatever, and it pops up that you've been kicked for inactivity, that menu, I don't know why, but it seems to respond to the Xbox as in you're still active, so it doesn't shut it down, and it counts towards your gameplay time. And like Matt knows himself, like where I've literally just I'll be in a party talking to everybody, and then I could be like mid conversation, I just drop, and then it's on for the next like 8-10 hours, just blocking it up.
I mean, my game time on the PS4 is ridiculous. So when it came out, when Bungie released the stats and they said that the average player spends about 100 hours in Destiny, I was like, oh, I wonder how many hours I've got. And I think on my PS4, like I said, I'm up to about 5 weeks playing now in total across both platforms. This is about 200 odd hours. So what's that? If you take about 3, 12, and 24, so let's just say that about 200 and odd hours you take out, because some of it was the same day. I mean, my PlayStation's up to ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous amounts. I mean, there was
there's a website where you can check your time played, like not in the menus. And I checked it, and I had something stupid like 600 sleeping hours.
PS4 Destiny play hours.
I'll have a look at it, see if I can find it.
Yeah, I know, it was something like play. I remember seeing the site, and I looked at it, and I was just like, "Is that it?" And then it said when it didn't count the menus and actual play time and stuff. How can you check your hours?
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Here we go. Let's click on this. Someone's actually worked out that if you spend more than 100 hours, it actually works out at 50 cents per hour for the game. Hold on, can't you do it on... It says you can do it on Bungie.net on the...
Matt, I've got nothing on me for Crucible. I'm here running around with fucking a hung jury and the black spindle.
Fucking hell.
I'm just getting fucked up. All my stuff's on my Titan, I'm on my Hunter. All my shotguns and...
Mate, are you not using the Destiny Inventory Manager?
I've literally got nothing on it. I could, but I just couldn't be asked.
Don't blame you.
The phone's all the way over there.
No, if you've got a laptop, drop it into Chrome. They've got a Chrome plugin that you just...
Yeah, I got dual screen right in front of me. I have my computer on my left and my gaming monitor on the right. So I could do it, I guess. I'm just lazy.
Let's have a look. I'm just trying to work out where you'd... It doesn't actually give you the time. Everyone says that they reckon that you've got to do it on...
Really, no one defending? Wow. Bunch of turds.
Oh, I don't know. I know my PlayStation time's ridiculous, but it's I'm just trying to get my my Xbox characters up because now the Second King's out, it's a bit more relaxed. I don't think you've got to do, well, you don't have to do all the kind of weekly raid. You know, you're not going to have to hit the multiple raids, the multiple dailies, the multiple nightfalls and stuff. So, and I'm taking a bit more chilled out with the Xbox. It's just kind of like I'm enjoying it a bit more. I thought Destiny Year 1 at the end started to become a bit too grindy. Do you know what I mean by that?
Fuck! The top guy has wasted... He's had 5,000 hours on it, and he's on PS4.
Yeah,
Fucking
that
hell.
doesn't sound about...
That's crazy.
Let's have a look.
5,000 hours.
Let's have a look.
Oh, that can't be right. It says my active time out of the 2,400 I've got now is 1,003.
It might be.
So I've got over 1,000 hours and not playing.
Let's have a look at mine. I think that's my username on PS.
Oh, I'm fucked. Yeah, see, like when you fall asleep, you're in orbit, and it says here the timer doesn't display when you're in tower, reef, or waiting in orbit.
So I think this site I'm looking at is oh no, that's about right. It doesn't make any sense because it says for the PlayStation I've got 3 characters and I've spent 507 hours, and then for the Xbox, which I've barely played, I've done 180 hours. That's wrong. My PlayStation.
What's your PS4?
Damned_profit. So it's DAMMED _profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it says I've done 180 hours on my Xbox and 507 hours on my PlayStation, and that's wrong. That is definitely wrong.
So you've got how many, sorry?
It says 507 hours on my PlayStation, but 180 on my Xbox, and I've played my PlayStation way more.
I can only check on this. It doesn't check, like say, all the tower time. It says you got 700 on
Yeah,
it.
it says this one says total time spent 688 hours, but I've spent more than 500 hours on PS4. Easy. I spent 3 months playing 8 hours a day. So what's that? What was that? 38, and that wasn't spending a lot of time in orbit. That was actually in gameplay. So let's just think that, yeah, I don't believe half of this bollocks at times. 507 hours. Fuck it off.
So what character are you on now? Is this your first?
The hunter I'm on now on Xbox is my second.
Okay, so what light are you on first?
270. Let me just refresh that. It's about 274. That's a Titan. My PS4 is about 290. 294, I think it is. Look, I better jump off. I've got to go and look after little one for an hour. So, Rick, if you're on, Matt, if you're on in a bit, let me know, and or if I'm on, I'll ping you a message and jump on. We'll crack on with some stuff, or I'll probably crack on, try and get through the stories and get these bloody things done, so I can actually get on with the bounties. All right, boys, have a good one, and I shall speak to you in a bit. Have fun. Get that off. Guys, incredible. It looks like the stream's finally working. It looks like we've got everything set up. It looks like the chat's working. It looks like the voice is working. It looks like everything's working. So I'm really chuffed about that. It's now 1:30. I need to go and have some lunch. I need to go and have some rest. I just need to go and have a drink. I think I'm dying. I think I'm melting. I think I'm everything. Thinging. So thank you very much for watching the stream. If you've watched the stream, if you've partaken, thank you very much. And we'll probably be back on very shortly just to do a few bits and bobs after I've had something to eat. So as always, you know what I always like to say around about now? Guardians out.